tonight. We have news. This is the Acceleration Report. Hello, Spokane, and those of you joining us from the newly exposed parts of Greenland. Thank you for joining us. Let's get straight to the news. After 3 years of relationship building and assistance by Greater Spokane Incorporated, Seattle Lighthouse for the Blind has chosen Spokane for a new manufacturing site. Lighthouse will locate in North Spokane and employ 5 to 10 initially, many of whom will be blind or sight impaired. This is a great win for our region. More on this with Jeff Sievers in our next segment. Spokane Vitals 2 is now available. The Vitals document compared Spokane to 11 competing cities on the basis of 20 indicators in business, education, quality of life, and civic needs. Vitals 2 indicates that Spokane is trending in a positive direction on most indicators, jobs, commute time, and educational achievement among them. Sadly, our performance in Zeppelin-based commuting options is on a sharp decline. Nonetheless, you can request a copy of Vitals 2 by calling Greater Spokane Incorporated at 624-1393. That's 624-1393. As soon as you can pull yourself away from this riveting YouTube report, check out Greater Spokane Incorporated's new website. At greaterspokane.org, you'll find cool stuff you won't find on those other sites, like a live introduction by Board Chair Wayne Williams, the latest numbers on Spokane's success, and ways you can get involved in the community. More than 200 web pages await you on our site, and if you have lots of spare time on your hands, over 100 files are there for you to download and memorize. Take a look and send us an email. Tell us what you think about our new cyberspace hangout. And finally, San Francisco-based technology company Critical Logic is growing. The company, which just last year set up shop in Spokane Valley, has gone from 2 employees to 15. Critical Logic helps companies reduce software errors and is currently working with big-name firms such as Sun Microsystems. And they're still hiring. So perhaps when my cushy anchor gig expires, I'll put my vast software engineering, computer science, math, and physics background to good use and explore options there. Cushy? Hello and welcome back. So enamored with his last visit, Jeff Sievers, Chief Operating Officer of Greater Spokane Incorporated, decided to come back and talk to us today about Lighthouse for the Blind. I hear they're expanding here. So tell us, who are they? What do they do?
Well, Lighthouse for the Blind is a company that's been in the Seattle area for some time. Frankly, they've been busting at the seams, about 200 employees on that side, and they were needing an opportunity to expand to a different operation elsewhere. And so they chose Spokane. They're a manufacturer of a variety of things, ranging from easels for the government to the trenching tools that the U.S. Army uses to aerospace components for guys like Boeing and Triumph, a company here in our area.
Well, that sounds pretty interesting, but why Spokane? Why did they choose Spokane for their expansion?
Well, as you can kind of guess from the title, Lighthouse for the Blind, Seattle Lighthouse, now it's going to be broadly Lighthouse. They employed people who are either blind or vision impaired. Roughly 85% of the people that work for Lighthouse are blind. They did an extensive amount of market research looking at a number of different communities. One driving factor that brought them to us is that there's a population of blind people here in both Spokane and Idaho that can support their operations. So that was one thing. And of course, as it always comes down to when we have companies that are interested in this area, it was to the lifestyle advantage, the business advantage from a cost of doing business advantage that we provide to companies here in Spokane.
Okay, very good. Well, I think I can probably answer this myself, but I'd like all of our viewers to understand. Tell us a little bit more about why this is exciting.
Well, think about this. I mean, national trend, somewhere in the neighborhood of 70 to 75% of people, blind people, are unemployed today. Hugely high unemployment rate. And it's kind of interesting. It's not just, it's employers that think that perhaps this population of people are not employable, but even equally as important are the blind people themselves don't believe that they've got an opportunity to go get a job. This company comes in and does more than just employ people. They provide them training in life skills and the specific skills required to go off in a manufacturing environment for their product, and then they employ these people. So all of a sudden, we're going to provide a population of potential workers here in the Spokane region with hope that they didn't have prior to this expansion.
Well, that is exciting. Well, thank you for joining us, Jeff. Glad to have you here.
Thank you, Jason.
Thank you for joining us. You can find this video and other great information on our website at www.greaterspokane.org. And remember, life is like a beautiful song. Unfortunately, some of you could use some singing lessons and maybe a change in lyrics. Thank you for joining us.